Hey, this is American Lawn Sale Fan. Real quick video. Today is November 2nd. We all heard about the tragedy that happened in Maine. And just like clockwork, on one side there was a massive call to call for gun control. You know, never let a good tragedy go to waste. And the obvious counter argument, especially in this case, was what about the mental health issues? Anytime there's a mass shooting, we get the opposite side calling for gun control, and then our side goes back with the mental health argument or lack thereof. But most of our side doesn't really understand how much of a issue it is. Now, I'm not an expert, but I'd like to share one quick story, firsthand experience that I had with a lack of mental health. So prior to my recent retirement, I worked as non-sworn law enforcement, and I came across a case. I have to be really vague with this for legal reasons. So I'm just going to refer to a person as Subject A. So I was investigating a violent crime, which Subject A actually admitted to. When I went to file my report, basically the court told me that because of a new law that had been passed in this state, because of Subject A's age and Subject A's established pre-existing issues, Subject A could not be charged in court. Now keep in mind, under the circumstances, neither I nor my department was looking to lock up Subject A and throw away the key. We, and particularly myself, I wanted to get Subject A as much help as possible. When I started looking into this, I took it upon myself to go above and beyond and learn more about what options were there. And I went to no less than 4 different agencies, all in my county. Only I found that all of these agencies didn't know what to do. They had no options. They had nothing to offer me or Subject A. None whatsoever. And the more I looked into the law that they were talking about, which was basically a feel-good law that we need to be more sympathetic and not so harsh. Okay, fine. So it's a feel-good law, not so much harsh punishment. So when I went to kind of research more about this recent law that had passed, I found out it was essentially a feel-good law passed by the politicians and the voters who said, well, we don't want to just lock everybody up and throw away the key, especially those with pre-existing issues or people who were of a certain age and so forth. Well, that sounds fine. And the law said that every local county must come up with alternative programs. Sounds good. Problem is that the law itself didn't define what these alternative programs were, never said where the funding was supposed to come from, never drew out anything that said that what's the protocol that must be followed. And there was also nothing to hold the local counties accountable if they didn't come up with alternative programs. So basically my case was left with nothing. There was nothing any agency could do, but there was also nothing that we could offer Subject A, or for that matter, the victims in this case, any kind of sense of justice or accountability or anything. There was simply just nothing there. There's nothing here where I live. So what's the point of what I'm trying to say? This is just one example that I personally have knowledge of, firsthand knowledge of. And you know that there are so many cases out there. So when us on the 2A argument, every time we have a counter for a mass shooting and saying, no, it's not about gun control, which I completely agree. It's not about gun control. But we throw out the whole mental health issue counter argument I don't think a lot of us know how bad it is. And maybe it's something that we should look into, discover more about, research more about, educate each other about. Just my opinion, and something to think about it. Well, anyway, that's all I got. God bless you, those you love.